So today we're going to be taking a look at a very underrated budget case. This is one of Spigen's newest cases in their lineup, and honestly, I'm surprised at how good this case actually is. Today we are taking a look at the Spigen Nano Pop for the iPhone 17 Pro Max and iPhone Air. Now, the price on this case is $19.99, 20 bucks. For what you're getting, I think that's a very good deal. And you know, all links are down in the description below for you guys to check out for yourselves. Let's take a look at the packaging. So we know what it is, right? Spigen, something you want, whatever. It's iPhone 16.9 Nano Pop. This is for the Pro Max. We do also have it for the Air. A little more info on the back. Nothing to write home about. The same usual Spigen packaging. So anyways, opening that up. A little ASMR for you right there. Go ahead and take it out of the case and take it out of the box, I should say, and set all that off to the side. So what you are getting here is going to be a completely TPU case with a polycarbonate individual cutout camera ring. That's polycarbonate right there. And here you are getting a matte TPU material. Now this is gonna be pretty decent with fingerprints, but it will attract them a little tiny bit, but a little wipe down will take care of it with no problem. You do get a little Spigen logo there. Then going on the inside, you're getting that same TPU material here. You do get your MagSafe magnet there. Let's make sure it's going to have an alignment magnet, which it does. Very good looking right there. And as you guys know, Spigen always has that good MagSafe. And then going around the sides, we are getting that TPU material going all the way around the inside, as well as, of course, Spigen's camera control button, which we see right there. So let's go ahead and bring over the scale and the caliper here, and we'll see how much this thing weighs. Now, I also do have it for the iPhone Air right here. Same exact case, everything is the same going all the way around. So of course we're gonna weigh them both. So starting off in grams, let's go ahead and weigh the 17 Pro Max first. We are looking at 46 grams on this one. And then with the iPhone Air version, we're looking at 41 grams. Then bringing over the caliper, let's go ahead and go from front to back. We're looking at 11.5 with the plateau 14.7. And then inside to outside, you're looking at 3.1. And then same thing with the iPhone Air, front to back 8.6, camera plateau 12.9, and then inside to outside, we are looking at 3.1. So these cases are gonna be right there on par with a lot of your other TPU style cases. They're gonna be really comfortable to use, not too heavy, not too light. They're gonna give you that nice feeling in the hand without over bulking or making your phone way too heavy, either the Air or the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But for right now, let's go ahead and grab that Cosmic Orange 17 Pro Max. We'll put it in here, listening out for that click. Pretty solid there, especially for a TPU case. And let's just, while we're right here, bring over that beautiful blue, bring it over into the case and hearing the click. Good. Good click on this case. Really no complaints when it comes to that. Now taking a look at the fit of it, this is really going to be my biggest downside about the case, is that it's just a little bit of a loose fit, but you can kind of stretch it out and it goes right back into its original shape. No complaints there, but this is a softer TPU material, so you kind of know what to expect with this case. But again, it's a budget case. This case is $19.99, so this can be one of your, everyday type of cases, not necessarily for going out or anything like that. You can just use it as like a beater around the house case. You spend 20 bucks on it and you can't really even fault it for having that because it is so cheap. But even still, like I said, I don't think you're gonna have any problems when it comes to the fit of it. I don't think anything is going to get in, at least on mine it hasn't yet. Nothing's got into the sides, everything is fine. Top is pretty decent, bottom, like I said, could have a little bit more of a stiffer TPU material, but that's kind of what you get for 20 bucks. Then checking out those corners. 1, good. 2, 3, and 4. So the corners are not too easy to get off. They do require a little bit of force to get them off there. Nothing too crazy. And then just checking out the fit here on the iPhone Air. Same thing, corners. Ooh, that was a good one. 2, 3, and 4. So of course your camera plateau is going to have better clicks on it than the bottom, because this part right here is going to be that polycarbonate material, which, by the way, this is what you're looking like with these cases. They do come in a couple other colors. We'll talk about that, but Cosmic Orange and Sky Blue, that's what you're looking like, guys, with these. You do have those nice looking cutouts there. Doesn't look like anything is misaligned. Same thing when it comes to the iPhone Air. So let's go ahead and take a look around the sides of the case. Now, starting off with the top, we are completely closed in. On the left-hand side, you do have your action button, volume up and down, and the rest of it is closed. A little bit of a Spigen logo right there. And you are also getting these little micro dot grips going up and down the side up to your volume down button, which make it for very, very good grip on this case. But let's listen to these buttons. Now, they are standalone, but they are plastic. Let's hear them out. Nice clicky buttons, nothing to complain about. They are going to be the exact same buttons between both of these phones, so really no need to test them on the air. Then going around to the bottom, you have your microphone and speaker cutouts. Very nice USB Type-C port, nice and wide open, which let's go ahead and plug a cable in there. Make sure we're charging. Got a whole bunch of commotion over here. Good to go, charging, nice, plenty of space. And taking a look at the USB Type-C port on the iPhone Air version, you do of course have your two cutouts here for your microphones, but what's nice about this USB Type-C port here is that it has this little bit of a wider cutout, but also a little bit more towards the back because the USB Type-C port is not centered on here. That way we can take our cable here, plug that in, and all of your thicker head cables will work in here as well with no problem because of the way that the USB-C port is designed. So I do love to see that, and I wish more cases would kind of make this design, not necessarily a whole open bottom, but just having that little bit of a wider this way and wider that way cutout for the USB Type-C port would allow all of the thicker head cables to fit in there. And then on the right-hand side, we're gonna get a lanyard loop here, camera control button, and your power button. Now, camera control button, that is an actual camera control button on the case, and it has a little divot in there so you can kind of easily find it. Let's go ahead and test that out real quick. And I mean, you guys know what it is, man. You know Spigen's camera control. Nothing to complain about whatsoever. They were one of the very first ones to give us a really good camera control button for a third-party case. And going on both of these phones, it's going to be absolutely, besides those two pictures I took, absolutely no issues right there. Nice, responsive, everything is good to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at that screen and camera protection on both of these. So I'm gonna wipe down the lenses. Like I said, good protection here on the cameras because of the polycarbonate around them. So if you're someone looking for precise cutouts, this may be the case for you because these cutouts are nice and accurate and they do a pretty decent job, especially from everyday nicks, dings, scratches, all that stuff, of protecting your camera. So if you're worried about those scratches on the aluminum, maybe the one for you. But taking a look at that screen and camera protection, I am using a full coverage tempered glass screen protector, and you get an okay screen lip right there. Nothing to write home about, but you can set that down on its face and you'll be just fine, especially on flatter surfaces. Nothing too crazy, but you get what you get. And then with the camera plateau, you are going to get some pretty decent protection there, so you can set this down on most surfaces and be just fine. And of course, it's not going to rock. And then just taking a look at the camera plateau on the Air, that's what you're looking like there. And then with the screen lip, again, also a full coverage tempered glass screen protector here, just about the same screen lip on both of these. So like I said, you will be fine for most of them. You don't necessarily have to have a crazy thick lip, but on here, this actually does a very good job of keeping the iPhone Air still nice and slim without adding too much extra bulk. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, you know, that's already too bulky for the Air. Some people just want a little more protection. You can't fault them, but this is going to give you a nice, slim, protective case without giving you too much extra weight or bulk on your phone. So let's go ahead and test out that MagSafe, shall we? So we'll bring over our Apple MagSafe wallet, attach that. There's our animation in a second. Here we go. And one thing about Spigen, guys, you're going to know that MagSafe is going to be tried and true. No issues there. MagSafe battery pack. Animation. Hey, look, we finally got it. Animation and shake, 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 shake. You are good to go. Took a bunch of screenshots and all that, but you're not going to have any issues when it comes to the MagSafe of this case. It is going to be super strong, especially for a $20 case like this. And last but not least, let's bring over the Anker 623. And you got to give it a shake. You got to give it a little bit of a shake for this thing to come off. So it's going to be just fine on all your car mounts and stuff like that. You'll have no problems when it comes to that. And then same thing when it comes to our iPhone Air. I mean, this MagSafe is ridiculous. It's very strong, especially for a $20 case again. So that leads me to what I think. B, what do you think about the iPhone 17 Pro Max and iPhone Air Nano Pop? I like it, guys. I think it's very underrated. This case wasn't like really marketed too much by Spigen that I didn't see online. I haven't seen too much about it, but I got it. I've had it for a little while now. I've been giving it a little bit of use, and I've really been enjoying it. If you guys are budget lovers, you want a case that's no more than 20, 25 bucks, you're buying something like the Tiny Owl, you're buying something like the Phone Rebel Air 2, you're buying certain other cases, maybe a Grip Monk or a Gripzilla from Smartish, certain one like budget cases, definitely nothing to spit at right here because you're getting pretty good grip going up and down the sides, like I said here, and you are getting it here. I love that it goes down past the camera control button as well. Very nice there. You're getting a nice precise cutout. Looks very good. No weird cutouts or anything like that. Pretty good fit. The corners fit very well. The sides could be a little bit more stiff, but again, very budget style case. Softer TPU material, so you kind of know what to expect. You're getting good MagSafe strength on here. All around, very good camera control, by the way. Of course, as we know, Spigen. All around, a very good case, and I'm really happy with it. I'm definitely going to keep using the Spigen Nano Armor. But let's take a look at some of those colors. So we have the black sesame here. It's also going to come in blueberry navy and burgundy bean. So a couple different colors that it comes in. Pick whichever one you think looks best. I personally really like this black sesame. I like the timeless look of the black and the gray. No weird crazy colors or anything like that. And I think it looks good with just about any color combination. But let me know what you guys think about the Spigen Nano Pop down in the comments below. Have you tried it or anything? I'm really curious because this is my first year trying this case and I really, really like it. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos for you. And if you guys want to see another really good budget case, that Phone Rebel Air 2, I'll leave that video right here. If you guys want to see what my favorite case from Spigen is, that Enzo Aramid, I'll leave that video right here.